Hello, you're watching Kel67 Gaming, and we're back again trying to find our game of the decade. This video, we're going to look at the best games of 2017. So we'll get straight to it, and if you don't mind having a vote at the end, and we'll see what our favourite game of the year is. Well, I think the biggest thing that happened in 2017, well, maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest anyway, was Nintendo gave us a new console.
Yes, the Nintendo Switch.
Cut short the lifespan of the Wii U, which I'm not overly impressed about, because I absolutely loved that console. But they did release the Switch, which has been massively more successful for them, even though initially most of the games were just Wii U games.
Yeah, they started just porting them and giving you all the DLC for them and stuff like that.
They did.
But they did have some exclusives that were brand new.
They did. And the biggest launch title, without a shadow of a doubt, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Now this is a port from the Wii U.
Well, it's not a port because they both came out at the same time. So it's the same game. This, I guess, was going to be the Wii U Zelda game that we never got an exclusive one, because we did get Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we didn't get, until Breath of the Wild, a new Zelda game on Wii U. So obviously the Switch got brought forward, because let's be fair, they weren't due a new console, I don't think.
No.
But they did that, and out came Zelda. The game itself, I'll be honest, no, not a lot about it. It looks very pretty.
Yeah, same here, really.
Open world Zelda game.
Yeah.
It's got a massively high score on Metacritic, so maybe I should be looking to play it.
Yeah.
But haven't. So I've seen it played, I've seen it running. It is a great looking game. Apparently it's brilliant to play, but I don't know for sure. So that's about all I can say about it. I don't think you've played it either,
No,
have
I
you?
haven't played it whatsoever. I've only seen a bit of gameplay from it and that.
And now everyone that's watching this is shouting at the screen or their phone or whatever they're watching it on, and they call themselves Switch owners. Because this is like the game that everyone had.
Well,
They don't have it anymore, because every time you go into the likes of CEX, you see about 5 million second-hand copies.
yeah, well, it's actually not rare on Wii U
It is.
in second-hand shops.
Yeah.
But
But at some point we're going to have to play it, because apparently it is brilliant.
yeah.
I think we touched on this in the 2016 video, that actually Sony were just smashing it out of the park with their exclusives, and they brought out Horizon Zero Dawn. Where the hell did this game come from? This is just a tremendous game.
Obviously, I haven't played it, but it is on PS Now for a while.
I've played a lot of it, and I just absolutely love the game. It actually reminds me of the setting a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's that same kind of... the open world has the same feel, and instead of having the big massive monsters, it's big massive machines, and but it's a brilliant game. Story's really got me dragged in. I haven't finished the campaign yet, so I wouldn't spoil it anyway. But I love the setting, I love the characters. Aloy's a great protagonist. I don't know what I can say without giving it away. Just a brilliant game if you want to play it stealthily, if you want to go... Well, you can't really go all out attack, let's be fair, because those watchers, they'll hunt you down.
No, you kind of do have to, from what I've seen you playing it, have to take a sort of like way of...
You have to watch what
you have to think about it first.
You can't just plough headlong in.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love the game, and I think it has to be in the conversation for best game of this year.
Now, whereas Sony brought out an exclusive that I haven't played, Nintendo brought out a new Mario game, didn't they?
Which I haven't actually played.
I have.
Because this was the 3D one. This is Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes,
You loved this though.
I loved it. Now, this, it's just a
I remember
brilliant
before this
game.
came out, I remember seeing the screenshots of Mario in New York. It's not actually New York though,
No,
is it?
it's called New Donk City.
Right, aye, but that just seemed weird to me. But I guess it's Nintendo's IP, they can do what they please with it, but despite it looking strange, it looked like it played really well.
Yeah,
And it wasn't all like that, there was proper Mario levels as well, wasn't
Yeah, there was Pro Mario levels, and it wasn't fully 3D with some of the moons or stars or whatever coming in later 2D, like a retro Mario
it? Aye.
style. And
Nintendo do that really well when they put bits in the games which go back to the older versions of these established.
yeah, if I remember
Characters.
correctly, the first level of the original Super Mario Brothers was in New Donk City as an optional
Is it?
moon. So yeah, and it's just a brilliant game which takes on many detours if you want to get 100% of it, and tons of costumes just to keep on getting and keep on updating Mario.
So that was another great game that we saw. Another one that I have played quite a bit of but haven't got very far is Resident Evil 7. Now I should say that the reason that I haven't got very far
It's because
is
you played it in VR.
it's not because I'm no good at the game, it's because I'm playing it in VR and I go through it so slowly because all the jump scares. I mean, the one right at the start, before you even get to the house, you're going through the grounds of the house, and then you turn around and all these bats fly into your face. When you're in VR, that is well. When you drop your controller, and because you've got this thing on your face, you can't actually see the real world, so you can't find your controller again, and
Yeah,
that's why I haven't gone so far through.
But is this the only Resident Evil that's been in first person?
Probably. I think it is.
Which is why it did have VR support on the PlayStation.
Well, I haven't played it outside of VR, so I don't know if it goes back to the standard third person that we had from sort of PS2 onwards. Might be, I don't know. Like I say, I played it in VR, and I might start it again in normal mode and just play it that way. But it's a brilliant game. So it's a return to what I would call a proper Resident Evil game, because it's not.
Instead of like the zombie shoot.
It's not a bullet hell shooting game, which I never understood why they went that way with it. Well, I suppose it made them a lot of money, but those original games, the whole thing was about, the suspense and the atmosphere and the puzzle solving, and yes, there was boss fights in there, but there was so much more to the game than just endless shooting. And it's a return to form for me to that style of Resident Evil game, where it's as much about the build up to an encounter with a zombie than it is to the actual encounter itself. So that's why I like it. But you haven't played it.
No.
So what else did we have?
What a battle royale game, didn't we?
Yeah, this is when we had. This wasn't the first battle royale game, which I believe the first one was Hizzy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was H1Z1. But
this one was the biggest.
Yeah, this
Oh.
is.
To date, it was the biggest.
Yeah, when it came out, it was the biggest. Obviously, we're talking about PUBG. Now, this didn't have a long popularity, did this? Because of another battle royale game that came out.
See, you say that, but actually, it kind of did. It depends on what platform you're playing on. On PC, it was huge. I think on console, it didn't last so long. Well, it's still done okay. It didn't last so long, just because they were selling it when others were giving away clones of it for free.
Yeah.
But this one, I think this is the one of the best looking battle royale games.
Yeah, it looks quite like obviously they've done quite a lot of work, and they're still working on it as well.
Well, it's another game that we're now 3 years on or whatever it is, and it's still in early access. These games are never coming out early access, but
there's a few maps in it.
You know, it's not an incomplete game. It's not a beta by any stretch of the imagination. It's certainly not an alpha. It's a finished product that they're not calling a finished product. But I think this one looks better.
Yeah, it's a really good battle royale game,
and
it's on Game Pass, I believe.
Let's be fair. Its lasting legacy in pop culture is the amount of people who have winner chicken dinner now. Like, we even have an advert in the UK where they steal that for some frozen chicken bits.
I'm not sure, but yeah, and it's also on mobile as well for free. But it's on Game Pass, and
it's on everything.
Yeah, but
it's on absolutely everything.
But now it's like free on different subscriptions and that, so it's not, you're not having to pay like the £20-something, I believe, that they're asking for.
I think that was the missed step. But to be fair, because they were the first really big battle royale game, they kind of didn't know that people would steal everything that they'd done and give it away for free.
Yeah.
That was a good game. It started a craze which is still with us, I guess. So what else did we have?
I believe we had Coop Head.
We did have Coop Head.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this was originally an Xbox One exclusive.
Oh, I really don't know. Might have been PC, as a lot of these things tend to be. But this is one of the best looking games I've ever seen.
It's absolutely brilliant.
It absolutely just looks like a sort of 1920s, 1930s cartoon.
Yeah, I've played it and that. It's actually a really good, like, I guess you could say, shoot 'em up.
Oh, it is. It's a shmup. Yeah. There's no way. Well, I say a shmup. You can maybe call it a run and gun.
Yeah.
I would say it's more of a shmup.
I mean, some of the levels it's at the beginning it does say run and gun, but it's like
it plays more like a shmup. I think.
And obviously the boss battles are quite like distinct in what they are in that, and it's an absolutely brilliant game.
And this game came from nowhere.
Yeah.
But I think it's universally loved by kind of everyone that's played it. So if you played it, you know what it is. We don't really have to go
in depth
too much further into that. If you don't know what it is, it's the game it's playing. So, what else did we have? The one that gave PUBG away for free. Fortnite.
Now, this has made a ton of money from microtransactions for skins and that.
It's not just microtransactions. You walk down any street in the UK
You'll
and
see
the amount of kids that have got a top on that says Fortnite on it. They've made a huge amount on it. The original Fortnite game completely bombed.
I mean, there's a Save the World version, but it's like they were always saying, "Oh, we're going to give it away for free," but to this day, they said
that was what Fortnite was meant to be.
In late 2018, they were apparently going to release it, but obviously now we're in 2020 and it's still not free.
So it's kind of this weird thing that they created one game, it completely bombed. They took all the assets from that game, had a look at what PUBG was going, thought, we'll just steal every idea we've got and we'll reskin it as in a more cartoonish way, and the kids just jumped all over it.
But it's on every console and it's for free and
it's
everywhere.
On everything, yeah.
Yeah, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
And Epic are just
taking money.
Watching the cash roll in. Again, another one that'll never come out of early access, because why would you want to put in the work to put campaign modes in and trophy support or achievements or whatever?
No, there was trophy support actually in the Save the World.
On the original game, the one that completely bombed.
No, but then obviously now in the actual released version of Save the World, there is actually achievements and that. Yeah. But it's like they're really like
but that's not what people
unenthusiastic play. Achievements and that.
No one's bought the game.
Well, some people may have, but it's it's mainly battle royale mode that people will use.
One of your favourite franchises got a return to form, and you've actually played through the whole campaign on the channel, so you can go back and watch that if you want. That was Call of Duty World War II.
Yes, now this was like a return, obviously, to like the earlier Call of Duties, like Modern Warfare and that instead of like the more
It
futuristic
wasn't
games.
a return to Modern Warfare. It was even further back than that.
No, like
This is
World at
something
War.
that I hadn't touched since sort of World at War and the original like Call of Duty, Call of
Yeah,
Duty 2, Call of Duty 3.
but obviously based around World War Two,
It
and
was.
it's an
I
absolutely brilliant game.
I
I
never
think
played it because it's
the shooter.
sure it's your thing. But obviously I watched you play it, and it was a fantastically good looking game.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, and it stands like as a way of like saying what actually happened in World War Two, and I believe it kind
Well,
of just
I'm not
went.
sure how historically accurate it is.
Yeah, I'd
You're
say
never really sure with these games.
I'd say it's for what we know, it's probably quite historically accurate, but
I'm not so sure.
no, for some league counts it in
It
fact.
may be as historically accurate as like when Rambo went into Afghanistan and single-handedly wiped out the entire Russian army. It's entertainment. It's not. It's not a
Yeah,
documentary.
but it's an absolutely brilliant game, and I believe this brought back zombies for free as well.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't play them. So I
yeah,
don't know.
it had a brilliant multiplayer suite, and I believe there's still some players there now. The
I'd be
zombies,
surprised if there isn't.
the zombies is absolutely a brilliant mode, and they've done some awful lot of detail on the actual zombie models and that as well. If you go on some of the loading screens, it actually shows how much deal they did go into, and the campaign follows Red, I believe. I can't remember to an exact, but it's just a brilliant Call of Duty game.
Oh, like I said, I never played it, but I watched you play it. It seemed pretty good to me. Another game that, for me anyway, seemed to come out of nowhere. I don't know if this was hyped anywhere that I wasn't involved in. Was Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I loved this game.
I never played it.
Oh, well, it was a brilliant little adventure game, and something that we'd never seen in a video game before was we had a storyline where the main protagonist was struggling with issues of mental health, and it just absolutely, I don't know, though, there's something about it. Just when I was playing through it, absolutely got me. It was a brilliant experience. It's not the most taxing of games to play. It's not got any massive difficulty or anything like that. It's just a brilliant experience to play. It looks absolutely wonderful, and you really get into Senua's headspace, and just very reminiscent graphically, I think, of another PlayStation game that would come, God of War, the new one.
Yeah, from what I have seen, it does look quite like the art style and that.
Norse mythology, I think, got a huge renaissance when Marvel released Thor.
I guess
Everyone jumped on the bandwagon, but it worked. It was an absolutely wonderful game, and if you haven't played it, I'm not going to give anything away at all. Just play through it. Like I say, it's not a difficult game to play through. There's no huge difficulty spikes in it. It's just a great experience, and everyone should play it.
it's one that I should play.
You should.
But there's some more games to go through. One of them being Splatoon 2.
Well, more of the same, but a bigger player base.
Yes. Obviously now coming out on Switch.
Yeah.
The Switch
I'll be
had
honest with
quite
you.
a lot.
Well, this was the first year, so I had to have a few big guns to get
Yeah.
people to buy the console. But I'll be honest with you, with Splatoon 2, I can't tell the difference between this and Splatoon 1.
No, I believe they just done like a campaign on it and that.
It's basically the same game, which isn't a bad thing because there was absolutely nothing wrong with Splatoon 1. It was a terrific game. The bigger player
yeah.
base helps as well.
It's really not a lot to say because obviously it is most like Splatoon 1, just it did have a campaign in that. It had a new, I believe it was the news station, people were different in that. But yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant game.
Absolutely, yes. A game that I quite liked when it came out because it's like going back to games from my past that I loved. Sonic Mania. This was a brand new 2D Sonic game in the style of the old Mega Drive classics. Um, what more do you need to know? It's Sonic the way Sonic is supposed to be. Uh,
I believe you could play as more than just Sonic, like Tails and Knuckles and others.
Like you could in the old Mega Drive games. But where Mario kind of went from strength to strength, regardless of whether he was in 2D or 3D, Sonic kind of bombed a lot. Probably the last great Sonic game before this one was on the Dreamcast. So it shows you just how badly Sonic's been treated. But this was for a retro gamer, for someone who remembers the Mega Drive classics, this was what Sonic is supposed to be, and we probably won't get another one ever. But it was nice to get one last Sonic game.
Well, potentially there might be another, but it's
I think
highly doubtful.
History shows that they just don't know what to do with Sonic, and you can't keep doing retro revival games.
Yeah.
You just can't. But yeah, there was that, and it was excellent, and everyone should go and play it if you haven't already. It's another game that, because it didn't blow up as massive as it deserved to, I think you might get this on PlayStation Now or Game Pass or whatever.
It was a PS Plus game.
Was it a PS Plus? See, you've probably already got it. If you haven't played it, get it downloaded and play now. It's great.
And if not, if you're on Xbox, it's like £10-15, I believe. So
it's not an expensive
quite
game.
cheap.
So what else did we have?
Sony came with Persona 5 from Atlas.
Yeah, Sony didn't come with Atlas, did it?
No, but it's a Sony
It's
PS exclusive, isn't it?
PlayStation 5 exclusive game.
PlayStation 5? You mean PlayStation 4 and 3? It also came out on 3.
Persona 5, PlayStation 4. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive game. You've played massive amounts of this.
I've played over 40 hours into this now. It's basically... Well, obviously you love Persona 4, and I'd say it's kind of similar to that. Obviously just different story-wise.
Well, all the Persona games are broadly similar. They're all very dark in tone, and they all have the same kind of mechanics and the same kind of storylines. Like I say, very dark. I don't actually know that much about Persona 5, because you're the one that's played it.
Yeah, I'm still playing it now.
But I've seen you play it a few times.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic, as you can see behind us.
It's just one of those games where it's like you have to play it.
And when I've seen you playing it, I noticed that there is a good sufficient challenge there for you as well.
Yeah, at some point.
It's not a game that you just blast through.
No, you do have to sometimes think about it, because obviously you need your healables and all of that, and you need to constantly go back to the Velvet Room to enhance your personas and that. So it's just one of those where you have to think about it quite a lot, and obviously going through it's just brilliant.
That's it, yes. And I think that's all the big hitters from 2017. So, we come to the point now where we're going to pick 4 for you to vote on. I'll pick one, Aidan will pick one, then we have to agree on the other 2.
What are you going to choose?
Well, I'm going to let you go first, because I know exactly what you're going for.
I'm going for Persona 5.
Of course you are.
It's just a brilliant game.
I don't know what to go for here. For me, it is between a couple. Like I say, I really, really liked Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I thought it was a wonderful experience, never mind game. But I think I have to go with Horizon Zero Dawn. I've put more time into it. They're not dissimilar in games when it comes to the look of them, the feel of them, apart from obviously the backstory with Senua and that one. But I like Aloy as a character every bit as much as Senua. I'm going for Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, now comes the point where we'll have to decide on 2. Now, I'd like Sonic Mania, Coop Head, or Super Mario Odyssey.
I think you have to throw a Switch game in there, because Nintendo just got the Switch right, and they got the launch lineup right, and they got games right. if you want to go with Super Mario Odyssey, I think we'll definitely go with that. After that, I don't think we can put Sonic Mania through. I don't think it was a big enough game. I think Cuphead was really good. And I think you have to consider Fortnite or PUBG just because
Yeah.
of what they were.
I mean, I think Fortnite's a bit more popular than PUBG, obviously, but yeah.
No, to hell with it. I think we'll go Cuphead.
Yeah.
Cuphead was just a brilliant game. So that's it. That's our 4. So you'll be
Able to decide on the end screen.
well. Wait. So it'll be either Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, Cuphead,
And Super Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey. So please do vote at the end of the video. If you've liked this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel.
Turn on the notification bell so you're going to find out when we do 2018.
Yeah, if you haven't voted on our previous years, please go back and do that. We've still got some voting time.
Yeah.
That would be very much appreciated. If you're able to, please share this video far and wide so we can get more eyes on it, so we can get a more representative vote. But that's it for 2017. I got my years mixed up now.
Yep.
That's it for 2017. We'll see you next time when we'll be discussing the games of 2018.